Hi and welcome to another helping of my favorite foods. I'm your chef, Christine Cushing. Come on in, welcome. Why do the mains get all the glory? Once you try these French crisp green beans with a little sauteed butter, shallots and hazelnuts, they're gonna have you saying, ooh la la. Get ready for my French green beans with caramelized shallots and hazelnuts. Allons-y. Side dish. Can it make or break a plate? Discuss that amongst yourselves while I add a little salt to my water. What do you think? Agree? Disagree? We're going to talk all about it. Today I want to make for you an amazing side that's really going to elevate any plate, because oftentimes the side is just kind of a throwaway. It's just a little thing that goes beside whatever it is you're making. This side is going to take center stage. So let me introduce to you these green beans if you haven't seen them. These are French green beans, haricots verts, which just means green beans in French. But the beauty of them is they're elongated on this one side. They're super crisp and they're very slender. And you only have to cut one end of them. You only have to trim one end of them. So they're really fantastic and they just are so sweet and amazing. So what I'm going to do is rolling boiling salted water. They're going to go in for a little plunge or blanch. The other beauty of these green beans is they take probably a couple of minutes to cook, and then we're going to finish them. Remember I said sauteing in some butter, hazelnuts and shallots. So I want to make sure I stand on top of them here. If you don't have one of these tools, it's phenomenal. The spider. The spider is great to kind of fish anything out of boiling water and do what I'm going to do now, plunge them into ice cold water. I mean, look at how phenomenal those are right away. And they're going to go into ice bath with cold water. Now I'm going to switch over to my saute pan. This recipe is awesome for entertaining because you can make all of this that I'm doing right now in advance, and the last minute is just a 1-minute saute, super quick and very, very flavorful. So I'm going to set these aside and work on my shallots. We're going French, so the shallot really offers something special here. Yes, it's in the family of the onion and garlic, but to me the shallot reigns supreme. Shallot's a little bit more delicate and it's fantastic for caramelizing. So I'm going to cut them, peeled them already, I'm going to cut them in half. And then I'm going to thinly slice so we can start caramelizing. So there we have one thinly sliced shallot. You know, there's going to be some butter, right? It's a French situation. So sauteing in a bit of butter. You can't do it over crazy high heat because they're going to burn before they render their sweetness. So you want to have that balance. We're walking that fine line. I want to make sure I toss them all in that butter and then turn it down a little bit, just so they can gently caramelize. 3, 4, 5 minutes again, depending on your pan, your heat. Then I'm spreading them out, because what I want is a nice little texture, caramelized, but not burnt. Keeping them in motion at the beginning, super important. I want to go super low now because they are starting to color slightly. So while those continue to caramelize, let me show you the hazelnuts. So these are whole hazelnuts with the skins on. They're also called filberts. It's pretty much the same thing. Iconic in the French kitchen, and I am obsessed with hazelnuts. Totally obsessed. It's huge in the Italian kitchen as well. So here I've just toasted them in the oven probably 10 or 15 minutes, and this is the easiest way to get the skins off. I just take a tea towel and then give a little scrubby scrub, and they all come off. Super easy. Years ago when I was doing a live event, I had an assistant who came with me. I was on stage and she was doing all my prep work. And when I got out to do my event, I was, showing this method of peeling, taking the skins off of the hazelnuts. And she was in the back watching, and she jumped up and she said, "That's how you peel the hazelnuts." She had taken a little knife and she was peeling them all one by one to get the skins off. So every time I do this, I think of Colette. Hilarious. And they're basically going to be sprinkled in the pan. The aroma of everything happening is crazy. It's off the chart. So in French, when you say brown butter, the word to describe brown butter in French is noisette, which means hazelnut. So really we're playing on the same kind of flavor notes here. The toasted hazelnut, the butter that's browning, the shallots, and the green beans haven't even gone in yet. Chop in the hazelnuts. Toasted hazelnuts, warm, that you just chop. All I can smell is that amazing just noisette, that flavor. What does it smell like? Noisette. It's incredible. I love it. And I'm leaving them a little bit coarse here because I don't want them to be a fine dust. I want to have some texture on these beans. You might be asking, can I make these with almonds? Of course you can. Is it going to be the same? No. But it is fantastic because that's a classic, almonds and green beans, green beans, almondine. But the hazelnut takes it to new heights, not gonna lie. So the question I asked at the beginning, can a side dish make or break basically your plate? Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments down below, because to me, I think the side dish doesn't really get enough love. You can take them to all different heights and it can really make a plate. So let me know your take. Okay, these shallots are perfection. I'm turning it off. There's a bit of residual heat in the pan. If you could smell this, insane, ridiculous. Hear that texture on the shallot? That means that they're beautifully caramelized, but not burnt. Time to assemble. That means all of this that I've done can be done in advance. Now it's fire time. It's the time when guests are arriving, are sitting, and you want to plate it. Heat back on, medium at this point. More butter, because it's French. I'm letting that butter melt. Let's just check the doneness on these. Do you hear that? Crunch. That's what we want because I'm going to finish cooking them in the butter. Green beans going in. Now this saute in the butter, I want to have it at kind of a medium-high heat, but I want to let it sit in there for about a minute because that butter is really not only going to coat the beans, but it's going to start to absorb some of that noisette flavor because the shallots were cooked in there. Thing of beauty time. Little cracked black pepper. Guess what's going in now? The beautiful shallots. Look at these. I like to put some in, and then I'm going to sprinkle some on top. Can't even describe it. I'm at a loss for words, actually, describing this aroma. How incredible it is. Going to do the same with the hazelnuts. A few in, and then a few sprinkled on top. Look at the color. Wow. At this point, I'm turning off the heat because I also don't want to burn my butter. Beautiful. Okay, tell me this would not make your plate. Look at the beautiful color. I can smell all of those great flavors before I even taste them. Wow. Wow. Ooh la la is what I'm saying. All of the caramelized, crispy shallots and the hazelnuts and that warm butter on the beans. You gotta try this. It's off the chart. Thank you so much for joining me on another helping of my favorite foods. Hope that your kitchen adventures are going well. Please stay tuned for more amazing videos. Like, subscribe, let me know what's happening in your kitchen. Thank you. Whoa, these are good. Look at them. Mmm.